Welcome to Puvanur RVIR Laya Academy of Music and Mathematics. Welcome to Puvanur RVIR Laya Academy of Music and Mathematics. We have started off Misra Chapu Thalam. We saw the first sequence, ta din na, ta din na, ta din na, ketataka din na, ta din na, talongu din na, ta din na, takatana din na. All these four families, all the families' phrases, the way we have to do the reduction structure, we all saw in the last class. Hope you have understood it. I also told you the subtle difference between the Tirmanam, Mora in Misra Chapu Thalam and Adi Thalam. Adi Thalam is 8 beats, Misra Chapu is 7 beats. So the gap in between is 2 syllabled in Misra Chapu and 4 syllabled in Adi Thalam, which means half a beat is the Karvai in Misra Chapu and 1 beat is a Karvai in Adi Thalam. So these are all the basics of different structure. Now let's proceed, adapt the second sequence in Adi Thalam, taka dhimi dhimi taka, taka dhimi dhimi taka. That's only 4, so in Misram to make it 7 you have to add another 3. When you have to add another 3 is taka dhimi taka, taka dhimi dhimi taka. So when you add another 3, you get the combination of a 3 and 4, which is a mix of 3 and 4, which is perfect fit for Misra Chapu. Taka dhimi taka, taka dhimi dhimi taka, taka dhimi taka, tom tom dhimi dhimi taka, taka dhimi taka, taka dhimi dhimi taka, taka dhimi taka, taka dhimi dhimi taka. So that is how, before I start the lesson, I will start off with the Tirukural and then I'll get into the sequence. நன்றே தரினும் நடுவு இகந்து ஆம் ஆக்கத்தை அன்றே ஒழிய விடல் நடுநிலை தவறி ஈட்டிய பொருள் நன்மையே தருவதாக இருந்தாலும் அதை அப்போதே கைவிடல் வேண்டும். The wealth acquired by illegal means, for not following the neutrality, you should immediately avoid that, getting that sort of a money which is useless. By some way you will lose that money down the line. You have to ensure that you earn the money in a righteous way. That's what Thiruvallur says. That's the only thing which stays permanently. With this good thought, let's try to follow the fact as much as we can, and then we'll get into the class. As I told you, taka dhimmi taka, taka dhimmi dhimmi taka, taka dhimmi taka, taka dhimmi dhimmi taka. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. The logic is the same. Open, close, 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 open, and all open. Let's do the vanilla of this sequence now. That's the vanilla of the sequence. When you do it a little faster, you'll go well with some songs especially. The same thing, there are combinations. Open, close, 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 open, to ensure that you pad it rightly. That's important. Okay, now let's try to use all the phrases in the sequence the same way as we did for tad din na, tad din na. You have to use all the phrases, interluding phrases. I will use one example. I want you to do homework for the rest of the phrases in this family. Play all in a defined way of 4-liner, 2-liner, 1-liner and the Tirmanam. So let me do this full paragraph once, so you have to follow for each lesson. That's how you have to play the sequence: 4-liner, 2-liner, 1-liner and the Tirmanam. So as you do it in different speeds, you get your hand also rolling quite well. You have to practice this separately, because to get a good speed, because sometimes when the singer is very fast in his songs, all these phrases, when you practice separately, you can play to that speed. Then with the combination of 4 different lines, open, close, 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 open and open, open, all these lines separately you have to play with different speeds. So there is so much of homework you have to do to get to assemble all these in a right way. So at the same speed, at a different speed, all together with the phrases, it should not miss the structure. So there are so many things you have to be conscious about it and then get it right. You have to tell n number of times to make it lucid and perfect. So that is taka dimi taka taka dimi dimi taka. The next sequence is taka dimi tata dimi taka dimi tata dimi. Here it's an interesting fact. Here, since it's 7, 8 and 7, 7 is odd, 8 is even number. When doing with even number, it's easier. Taka dhimi tata dhimi taka dhimi tata dhimi taka dhimi tata dhimi kadadak 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 kadadak. In Misram, how can you do? You can't divide it by 3.5. So you can play, but there is to improve, make it a 3 and 4 combination. The best way is taka dhimi tata dhimi tata dhimi. You just add tata dhimi, which is a 1 beat. After you are suffixing tata dhimi after that. In Rupaka Talam, we prefixed it with dhimi dhimi taka dhimi dhimi taka. In Misra Chapu, you suffix it with tata dhimi to make it the 3 for the first 3, and then the 4 is the same. So which means taka dhimi tata dhimi tata dhimi. That becomes a 3 beat. Taka dhimi tata dhimi taka dhimi tata dhimi. That becomes a 4. So when you put it in Tisrajari Tripata Talam, you will clearly understand rather than putting it in Misra Chapu Thalam. Before you put in Misra Chapu, you see how it's structurally beautiful. Taka dhimi tata dhimi tata dhimi. Taka dhimi tata dhimi taka dhimi tata dhimi. The same I will tell in Misra Chapu Thalam. Taka dhimi tata dhimi tata dhimi taka dhimi tata dhimi taka dhimi tata dhimi. Misra Chapu, for the first time when you are putting, it's a little tough because it's 1.5 and 2. As a beat, it's a 3.5 beat cycle, Misra Chapu. As I told you, in ancient way, tat, tit, tak, dimin. When they put the jalra, it's easier for them to put. They can't put like this. When they are holding one hand tambura, in bhajan, they say tak, dim, tak, tak, dim. They do it like that. So it's easier for them, and that's how it's 3.5 beat. When you are playing a 3.5 beat, taka dimmi tata dimmi tata dimmi taka dimmi tata dimmi kadadak kadadaga kadadak kadadaga. That's the structure you should understand. So with this structure, let's try to do our lessons, all the 4 phrases, and I'll teach you how to reduce also. How to reduce is, again, you should be in a format of 3 and a 4. Tata dimmi kadadak kadadaga kadadak kadadaga taka dimmi tata dimmi kadadak kadadaga kadadak kadadaga. So when you are playing the phrase of a 2-beat phrase, you first one you have to add only 1 beat, so that 1 plus 2 is 3. Then in the later half for the 4, it's the same like Adi Talam. Taka dimmi tata dimmi kadadak kadadaga kadadak kadadaga. So when you are doing a reduction, it will be tata dimmi kadadak kadadaga kadadak kadadaga taka dimmi tata dimmi kadadak kadadaga kadadak kadadaga. That's the reduction part of it. Then the mora part is the same. Kadadak kadadaga kadadak kadadaga dom. Kadadak kadadaga kadadak kadadaga dom. Kadadak kadadaga kadadak kadadaga dom. That's the same. Let's see one full sequence. I'll explain you, then I'll move forward. That's the vanilla part of it. Taka dhimmi tata dhimmi tata dhimmi taka dhimmi tata dim taka dhimmi tata dim. The second part is 4. It's the constant. Now I'm interluding the phrase now. How it's coming? Taka dhimmi tata dhimmi tata dhimmi taka dhimmi tata dhimmi kadadak kadadaga kadadak kadadaga taka dim tata dhimmi tata dhimmi taka dhimmi tata dim kadadak kadadaga kadadak kadadaga. Okay? Now I did for the first phrase. Kadadak kadadaga kadadak kadadaga fitted into the sequence. I'm going to do for the rest of the phrases, and I'll do the reduction for the last phrase. And will explain as well. So I will explain the reduction part of it. Taka dhimmi tata dhimmi tata dhimmi taka dhimmi tata dim talangada geta taka taka tari geta taka taka dhimmi tata dhimmi tata dim ka dhimmi tata dhimmi talangada geta taka taka tari geta taka taka dhimmi talangada geta taka taka tari geta taka taka dhimmi tata dim talangada geta taka taka tari geta taka taka dhimmi talangada geta taka taka tari geta taka taka dhimmi tata dim talangada geta taka taka tari geta taka talangada geta taka taka tari geta taka ta talangada geta taka taka tari geta taka ta. So that's how you should play this sequence. So we have covered 2 sequences, which is sequence 2 and sequence 3. Sequence 2 is adaptation of taka dhimi dhimi taka from Adi Talam to adding a 3 taka dhimi taka, taka dhimi dhimi taka. It became an elongated sequence, and into that sequence we fitted many phrases and definition of how to reduce and how to finish. We saw that. Then is taka dhimi tata dhimi sequence. I told you to suffix a tata dhimi for the first part. Taka dhimi tata dhimi tata dhimi. The tata dhimi is an element which makes the first part, which is a 3 beat, and then the 4 beat is taka dhimi tata dhimi ketata ketataga ketata ketataga. So with that, we saw the element of how to go about it using this paragraph. Reducing is tatha dhimi talangada ketataga takatari ketataga, which is tatha dhimi is 1 beat, talangada ketataga takatari ketataga is 2 beats, making it 3. The second part is tak dhimi tata dhimi, which is 2 beats, talangada ketataga takatari ketataga is 2 beats, 2 plus 2 making it 4 beat. So the total effect sum is 3 plus 4 7, perfectly fits, and you should put it into the structure, try and see how you're getting it on hand. That's important. And then the mora. Talangada ketataga takatari ketataga dam, talangada ketataga takatari ketataga dam, talangada ketataga takatari ketataga dam. So review all these, practice this well, get it well by heart, and then we'll see you in the next class with the next sequence. Dhimitha dhimitin, dhimitha dhimitin naka. Takkar thagavu ilar என்பது அவர் எச்சத்தால் காணப்படும். What is the meaning of it? இவர் நடுநிலை உடையவர், இவர் நடுநிலை இல்லாதவர் என்பவற்றை அவரவருடைய மக்களை கொண்டே தெரிந்து கொள்ளலாம். What does Tiruvallur says? How a person is neutral by his behavior, you can find it with the people around them. So you can evaluate a person with the sort of community or the association a person has. You can quickly understand, oh, this guy is a very good gentleman. Oh, this guy is a loafer, moves always in a different way. By the people surrounded, by for anyone, you can find out what sort of a person it is. That's very true. We can also make out if as a normal, common person, people themselves can make out, and Tiruvallur has appropriately identified this. And we need to ensure that to showcase before the society as we are observed by many people, we need to ensure that we are surrounded with good people and we do good acts. With this noble thought, I'm ending today's class. I'll see you in the next class with a new sequence, Dhimitha Dhimitin, Dhimitha Dhimitinaka, which is nothing but Dhimitha Dhimitinaka adaptation into Misra Chapu Thalam. See you in the next class. Cheers. Poonur RVA signing off.